We know you have an ongoing feud with Ryan.
Who?
You know that guy. What's it gonna take for him to actually be BFFs with you?
Well, I mean, in truth, there was a time in which we were.
Cathartic.
As if I'm Weasel.
Right.
So he was like, what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star. But you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie.
So he's riffed.
The whole crew was acting weird.
Are her lawyers dumb?
Ryan Reynolds, Hollywood's golden boy. Witty, charming, seemingly beloved by everyone. From playing the wisecracking Deadpool to his real-life hilarious social media banter, he's won over fans worldwide. But lately, cracks have started to appear in that squeaky clean image. Over the years, co-stars, directors,
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star. And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable that I got screamed.
and even reality TV personalities have dropped subtle and sometimes not so subtle hints that working with Ryan isn't always the fun.
Really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me.
What I can only assume Ryan Reynolds thought was a triumphant appearance on Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary. He must not have loved seeing Colin Jost come back to Saturday Night Live last night with a joke at his wife, Blake Lively's expense.
Easygoing experience fans imagine. Reports of ego clashes, controlling behavior, and even on-set bullying have begun surfacing. Could this be the beginning of the end for his seemingly perfect reputation? Today, we're diving into the most shocking accusations against Ryan Reynolds, breaking down feuds with A-list actors, directors, and even his exes. And we're asking the million-dollar question: is Ryan's nice guy persona just a well-crafted PR move? Buckle up, because we're about to spill all the tea. Rebecca Ferguson calls out a powerful co-star. Was it Ryan? Rebecca Ferguson, known for her poise and professionalism, has worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood, from Mission Impossible alongside Tom Cruise to Dune with Timothée Chalamet. She's held her own in high-profile films. But there was one experience that left her so shaken, she had to stand up for herself like never before. While promoting the 2017 sci-fi thriller Life, in which she co-starred with Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal, Ferguson made a chilling revelation without naming names.
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star. And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable that I got screamed.
She recounted an incident where a co-star was so insecure and aggressive on set that it forced her to take action. I remember the next day I walked on and I said, "You get off my set," she revealed. It was the first time I ever spoke up, and I remember being so scared. I looked at this person and said, "You can F off." The statement sent fans into a frenzy, with many speculating about who the mystery co-star could be. While some pointed fingers at Jake Gyllenhaal, most suspected Ryan Reynolds, especially when Ferguson later skipped promotional events where she was supposed to appear alongside him. Even more suspicious, she later admitted she received unsettling phone calls warning her about what she had done. Her cryptic follow-up statement only fueled the fire. If someone is a good person, they have nothing to worry about. That single sentence shook Hollywood. If she was talking about Ryan, what exactly did he do behind the scenes that was so bad she had to banish him from set? The Jersey Shore cast shades Ryan Reynolds. Why? Now, it's one thing for an A-list actress to call out Ryan, but when reality TV stars hesitate to speak about him, that's a different story. During an episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Jersey Shore stars Sammy Sweetheart Giancola, Jenny J.W.W. Farley, and Dina Cortese were asked if they had ever encountered a rude celebrity. At first, there was awkward hesitation as if they were weighing whether to say anything at all. But Dina finally broke the silence. With a knowing look, she confirmed that the mystery celebrity was none other than Ryan Reynolds. "He was not great to us," she admitted. Even after naming him, Dina still tried to soften the blow, saying she admired Ryan and his wife, Blake Lively. Sammy, perhaps sensing the awkward tension, added that maybe he was just having a bad day. But let's be real, celebrities rarely call each other out on national television unless something genuinely rubbed them the wrong way. And if the cast of Jersey Shore, a group that's been through bar fights, cheating scandals, and years of reality TV drama, felt the need to call out Ryan, What does that say about how he treats people behind the scenes? On-set feuds, why co-stars are cutting ties with Ryan. Ryan Reynolds may have turned Deadpool into a billion-dollar franchise, but things behind the scenes weren't all laughs. Two of his former co-stars TimMiller and Morena Baccarin have distanced themselves from him.
Cathartic.
As if I'm Weasel. So he was like, you know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star. But you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie.
So he's riffed.
The whole crew was acting weird.
And their reasons paint a darker picture of life on set. TimMiller, who played Weasel, has been very vocal about his refusal to work with Ryan again. He claimed that during one particular take, Ryan fully in character mocked him in a way that felt more like a personal attack than scripted banter. It was condescending, Miller explained. Like he was reminding me I was just a supporting player in his movie. The experience left such a bad taste that Miller turned down Deadpool 3, even if the paycheck had been doubled. Then there's Morena Baccarin, who played Vanessa. She went from being a central character in Deadpool to virtually erased from the franchise. Why? Rumors swirled that she clashed with Ryan, and the fallout was impossible to ignore. She was left out of press tour, premieres, and marketing materials. Even Deadpool's original director, TimMiller, walked away from the series citing Ryan's obsessive need for control. I just couldn't work under those conditions, Miller admitted. Is Ryan's fun-loving act just a mask for a highly controlling personality behind the scenes? The actors speak. Did Ryan's ego ruin his past relationships? Ryan Reynolds may seem like the perfect husband now, but before his fairytale romance with Blake Lively, he had a string of high-profile relationships that ended in mysterious and messy breakups. And when you take a closer look at how things played out, there's a pattern that's hard to ignore. His exes have all hinted at issues like jealousy, control, and emotional distance. Could it be that behind closed doors, Ryan isn't quite the lovable guy we see on social media? Let's start with his relationship with Alanis Morissette, which lasted from 2000 to 2007. The two met at Drew Barrymore's birthday party, and their romance quickly turned into a whirlwind engagement. To the public, they seemed like a perfect match. Both were Canadian, both were successful, and both were hopeless romantics. But despite being engaged for 3 years, they never made it down the aisle. When they split, Alanis was absolutely devastated. She described the breakup as the biggest heartbreak of her life. And instead of moving on quickly, she poured her emotions into her 2008 album Flavors of Entanglement. If you listen closely to the lyrics, some of the songs sound like direct messages to Ryan. In the song Torch, she sings, "I miss your smell and your style and your pure abiding way. I miss your approach to life and your body in my bed." But one song that really stands out is Not As We, which describes starting over after a painful, one-sided breakup. Fans couldn't help but wonder, was Ryan the one who walked away without a second thought? Alanis later admitted that she felt powerless in the relationship and had to do some serious soul-searching after it ended. Then came Ryan's highly publicized marriage to ScarlettJohansson. They tied the knot in 2008 in a secret ceremony in Canada, far away from the Hollywood spotlight. But while their wedding was quiet, their divorce in 2011 was anything but. At the time, Scarlett was at the peak of her career, landing major roles in blockbuster films like Iron Man 2. Meanwhile, Ryan was still trying to establish himself as a leading man. According to insiders, there was a deep-seated competition between them, and Ryan's ego didn't handle it well. Scarlett has never spoken explicitly about what went wrong, but in later interviews, she made some telling remarks about their marriage. She once said that being with someone who's just as ambitious as you can be a challenge, and that jealousy and competition can destroy a relationship. She also hinted that she felt suffocated, saying, "I was so young, and I didn't really understand marriage. Maybe I romanticized it too much." Many believe these were subtle digs at Ryan. Was he too controlling, too insecure, too focused on his own success? What's even more telling is how fast he moved on after the divorce. Within a year, he was already dating Blake Lively, while Scarlett took much longer to start a new serious relationship. Did Ryan simply bounce from one woman to the next, never truly dealing with the issues that led to his failed relationships? It's also interesting to note that neither Alanis nor Scarlett have ever spoken positively about their time with Ryan. Most exes in Hollywood eventually say something nice or at least neutral, but in Ryan's case, there's just silence. That alone speaks volumes. So, was Ryan's ego, need for control, and deep insecurities the real reason his past relationships failed? It sure looks like a pattern. And the question is, has he changed, or is he just better at hiding it now? The Blake Lively factor. Is Ryan a control freak in his marriage? Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are Hollywood's ultimate power couple. They're funny, gorgeous, successful, and constantly make headlines for their adorable social media banter. But beneath the Instagram perfect marriage, is there a darker, more controlling side to Ryan? Some subtle clues suggest that behind the jokes and public displays of affection, Ryan might have a tight grip on Blake's career and public image. Let's start with an undeniable fact. Blake Lively's career slowed down dramatically after she married Ryan. Before their relationship, Blake was one of the biggest rising stars in Hollywood. She had just wrapped up Gossip Girl, starred in major films like The Town and Savages, and was even in talks for big franchise roles. But after she and Ryan tied the knot in 2012, she seemed to take a step back. Sure, she's done a few movies since then: The Age of Adeline, A Simple Favor, and The Shallows, but nothing compared to the momentum she had before marriage. Many fans started asking, why did Blake seemingly put her career on pause? One clue comes from Blake herself. In an interview, she casually mentioned that Ryan helps her choose which roles to take. That might sound supportive, but think about it. Why does she need his approval before signing on to projects? Even more suspicious, Blake admitted that Ryan has edited her scripts before she even agrees to take a role. Fans were quick to point out that this could be a huge red flag. It's one thing for a partner to give advice, but rewriting her scripts, influencing her career choices, that's next-level control. Some even speculated that Ryan subtly steers Blake away from projects that might overshadow him. And let's talk about their public image. Ryan is obsessed with crafting a certain narrative about their relationship. They have a carefully curated social media dynamic. Ryan is the goofy, doting husband, and Blake is the playful wife who roasts him back. But is this all strategic PR to keep their perfect marriage in the spotlight? Some have even noticed that whenever rumors or negative stories about Ryan start swirling, Blake is suspiciously quick to post something cute about their relationship, almost as if she's helping him control the narrative. One major example: when reports started surfacing about Ryan's controlling behavior on movie sets, Blake suddenly made headlines for trolling him on Instagram. Coincidence, maybe, but it's happened too many times to ignore. It's also worth noting that Ryan and Blake are extremely private about their home life, so private that fans wonder if it's because Ryan doesn't want anyone to see the real dynamic behind closed doors. Unlike other celebrity couples who openly discuss the ups and downs of their marriage, Ryan and Blake's image remains suspiciously perfect. No disagreements, no struggles, just a never-ending honeymoon phase. But is that reality, or just the carefully controlled version Ryan wants the world to see? And then there's the most unsettling theory of all: did Ryan push Blake to take a step back from acting so he could be the bigger star in the relationship? Did he learn from his past marriage to ScarlettJohansson, where he struggled with her success, and decide to make sure history didn't repeat itself? While Ryan and Blake's marriage may seem picture perfect, there are enough red flags to make you wonder: is Ryan Reynolds really the charming husband we see, or is he secretly pulling all the strings? What do you think? Is Ryan a controlling mastermind, or is this all just speculation? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into Hollywood's biggest scandals.